Alright, welcome back. So this is a playthrough video of the game called Ace Fighter Battle for Britain. So to set up the game is quite simple. You're just gonna take your wing leader and place them in front of you and wing commander using their undamaged side. Now in my previous video I forgot to explain their cards, but I can do it like here. This is their strength, this is how many cards they draw during attack. This is their stats, and this actually shows how many cards you start with at the beginning of each mission if you have both of these, wing leader and wingman. So 3 for wing leader, 2 for wingman, meaning your hand size is 5. But you will notice when they get damage that goes down, so if your hand size changes you will have to discard that cards during the mission. Also, each of them has special abilities which are different on the damage and the fixed side, and this shows which suit of cards you need to discard to activate a special ability. Alright, then to start the mission you're gonna take your pen and you're gonna circle first mission, or you're gonna cross it, whatever. The most important thing is this red number here. This means that we're gonna have 2 waves of enemy attacks. So later we're gonna have 1 and 1, 2, but there are some consider this like days of the mission, so some later days in the week we're gonna have 3 waves, and that could also change during some events. Alright, so we're gonna have 2 waves of enemy attacks. You're gonna shuffle this deck of cards called the main deck, and you're gonna draw 5 cards into your hand, which will be your starting hand for the mission. So for the duration of the whole mission, meaning that I have to use these cards for both of these wave attacks. So I need to use them carefully because it's not easy to get more cards into your hand. Now, how can I use my cards from my hand? First, I can use their suits. Each suit has some special thing you can do. For instance, I can use this suit with the queen to activate special ability of my wingman. Or each suit also have other ability, like for instance, let me just check, I have written all down. For instance, if I use an ace during a mission, it says you use an ace to negate all the damage from one card or to duplicate damage from one card. So pretty good. So if I am attacking someone, I can discard this to duplicate damage on one card, or just cancel all the damage from one card if they're attacking me. Kings, which I don't have sadly, is they are just used to activate special ability on the wing leader. Queens are used to activate special ability on wingman. Jacks are used to try to fix the plane. So you discard the jack and then you draw a card from the main deck, and you're looking for that little icon with a wrench. And if you find it, you can actually flip the plane back from a damage to the fixed side. And these wild ones are actually the best because you can either use them as any other suit, okay, or I can discard it to perform additional attacks, because when you're attacking the enemies you choose one target and that's it. Only if I have these it's called these jokers, let's call them jokers, if I use them I can also select another target and attack again. Alright, so they are pretty powerful and I'm really glad I have some, but as you can see I also have 2 without the suits. Now these all cards can be used for the suits, but they can also be used, if you remember from my previous game with the pirates, whenever you draw a card you can decide to change it with the card from your hand. So if you look at this card, I can use it to change, get a different bomber, get a different sight on the target, different damage, or the event. So I can always exchange card that I just use their variables with the variables from this card. So even on this ribbon I can change the target the airplanes are attacking. Alright, so after you draw a card you can choose to replace it with a card from your hand. You discard a card and you take the other card from your hand that you like, and it can actually help you to lower the number of enemy planes, or maybe change the target immediately at the beginning of the mission. You'll see how that works. Alright, so after I draw my 5 cards, the next thing you do is draw a card to see what is the enemy target. You flip it like this, and what you're looking is what's the sector and what they're attacking. So it is the FCG 11, which is here. It's Fighter Command Group 11, and they're attacking airports. Now, whenever it says airports, it means if the bombers manage to pass through you and destroy airports, you can choose which one. So if they are not named, you can choose which of these airports. You can even split the damage on both of them if you want to, which kind of, maybe you don't want to do that, but maybe you won't, depending on the situation. Maybe you don't want to lose these planes, because that's how you can lose the game. So they are attacking airports here in this sector here. Now, if I don't like that, I can choose, maybe maybe I want them to go for London, but right now I don't want to choose the target, because we are at the beginning of the game. We still don't know how much damage it will happen on the map, so later it could be really meaningful, but right now I'm just gonna keep my cards. I'm not gonna exchange anything here. The next thing you do, you're gonna draw the number of enemy airplanes that in the first wave. Don't forget, we have 2 waves, so enemy airplanes in the first wave, which will then be able to attack once, or I do have a card to attack or perform additional attack if I want to, with my wing leader on the wingman, because they fly as a group. So how this works, you're gonna draw cards one by one, and again, keep in mind that I can exchange them with these cards here. And let's say for now that I don't want to do that, just to show you example how you put the number of these planes. So what you're looking when you're placing these enemy planes is the suits. Whenever you draw the same suit, you're gonna immediately stop drawing. So that will be the end of the enemy, it's called the group. So if I draw another king, I will stop drawing, but anything else I drew, I will continue. That means that if I draw these without the suits, because they don't have any suits, I just continue drawing until, so some of these enemy groups can be really big. This is probably when you wanna, exchange with your card from a hand to stop the group to be too big, which you just can't attack everyone. Alright, so here we have Henkel bomber, which carries 4 bombs. That's pretty bad, because imagine 4 bombs hitting one of these cities. That's basically already destroyed city, and additional damage goes to the national morale. So already bad thing. But sadly I don't have any king to maybe, when I draw a second card, to just stop it from getting more bombers. So let's continue. Let's see what we're gonna have here. Alright, we have another Henkel, and this is the time when I'm thinking, you know what, that's already 2 bombers, and we're gonna continue drawing. And let's hope that it will stop now. Okay, Jack. Alright, so I want to stop this. I don't want to have like 4 planes, because as you can see, all the suits are different. So you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the ability to exchange just drawn card with the one from my hand. So we're gonna discard this, and we're gonna put this in, which will immediately stop the additional drawing of the enemy airplanes. So we're gonna have 3 enemy airplanes, and we have 2 bombers and 1 fighter bomber. This is basically Stuka. Now another thing that you're gonna look at after you finish drawing these cards is how many white suits of the same type you have. If you have 2 or more, this means that you're gonna have a good event. If I have 2 or more black suits, I'm gonna get a bad event. So right now we're gonna have a good event, and we do that immediately before actually attacking airplanes. So what you do, you draw a card and you're looking for a good event. So I'm gonna continue drawing until I find, here it is, a good event. It says small enemy group, keep this card. Okay, so this is one of the cards you keep. And it says, for the duration of current mission, after drawing all enemy planes, you may always shuffle exactly 1 plane back into the main deck. Oh, all right. So I can do it right now. So maybe I don't want. You know what? We're gonna shuffle one of these Henkel back. Bam. So for the duration of this whole mission, keep in mind that meaning that this second wave, I can also use this. So this is pretty good event. So it's going to be just small group of enemy fighters. So this is always on, basically always active. All right, after we draw the enemy group, now we're going to assign the targets. And as I said, as long you have all radar station in the sector they're attacking intact, so they're all like they're not destroyed, I have a first attack. Otherwise, if they are fighters here or fighter bombers, they're gonna attack me and then I can react. But right now I'm attacking first. So for the wing leader, which drawing, as you can see, my attack power is 3 cards for damage. I'm gonna take this Henkel as my target. And for the now I can if I want to, I can decide this will be the target for me and for the wingman. We can attack the same target, but then this guy will slip through, right? Because I don't have that card that gets me now possibility to attack again. But I think my wingman can deal with this Stuka, so he's gonna take this as his target. And now we're gonna perform attack. You can do in any order. I can do wingman first, wing leader first, but doesn't really matter. But I'm gonna start with the wing leader. Now this is where we're looking at these little icons here with the bullets. So this is how many cards I'm gonna draw to and look for the damage. So this part here, trying to get equal or higher than the strength of the Henkel. But before that, we're gonna draw a card to see what is my sight on that enemy plane. So my sight on that enemy plane is too far. This is too far. Whenever you see the circle that is filled in, too far. Meaning that I don't, first of all, I don't have additional cards to draw for this attack. White number is how many additional cards for the attack you're drawing. And the enemy actually have 2 cards as a save roll that he's gonna draw and cancel that much damage from the damage I would draw this turn. I actually don't like this, and don't forget the rule that I can exchange. So you know what? I'm gonna replace it with this. So I'm gonna discard, and I will have obscure by clouds, but still I'm getting additional card. He gets 1 save roll. So keep in mind, I'm doing this thing here. Now, if I had the king, I would be able to activate my special ability. It says if your wingman is not damaged, draw 2 additional cards during your attack. I don't have it, so we're just gonna go with 3 cards plus 1 more, so 4 cards for damage. So let's do that first. And what we're looking is the hit. Oh, perfect, 5. Okay, 5, then 4 more. That's a 9, and nothing. And that's additional one. Ooh, that's wow, 14 damage. But keep in mind, he will now draw a card and cancel some of those. Oh, he canceled nothing. I just riddled this Henkel with bullets and it is destroyed. You always discard all the cards you use for this. So my wing leader destroyed this Henkel. We're gonna keep it here close by as a score, and we're gonna write the score for this mission later on. Now let's see how my wingman is doing. He, as you can see, he has a less attack power, so only 2 cards. But let's see what will be the status of the target. It is a clear target, which is a perfect, meaning that he's gonna get additional card and enemy doesn't have any cancellation damage. So he's gonna draw 3 cards. Now there is a special ability, destroy 1 already damaged enemy plane, which is pretty good. So if I just damage it, I can still destroy it. But you can see here the Stuka is really low health, so I'm thinking it's gonna be fine. So 3 cards, 2, already enough damage, 4 more, that's a 6, and 9 damage, and no cancellation. So my wingman successfully destroyed the Stuka. Let's keep it here. Bam. So that was our first way. Pretty good. We're gonna discard a target. Non-bombers passed through our screening, so no damage to cities or whatever they were attacking. Now we're gonna do the second attack, second wave. So that's FCG 12. It's here in the center, and they're attacking radar stations. So any radar stations I can assign damage. All right, again, I'm gonna draw number of airplanes. Don't forget, we have this good event, meaning that after I draw all enemy planes, I can always shuffle exactly one back into the deck. All right, so let's see. King, Joe, Jack. Now keep in mind, there is no way for me. Well, I can exchange, but it's not gonna do much. I mean, there are still. I don't. If I have same suit, it would be helpful. All right. Oh, another king. Okay, so we stop here now. And after that, due to this good event, I can shuffle one back of these into the deck. And I'm gonna actually shuffle this Messerschmitt. This is like a fighter, and it would be bad to keep it here, and I'll explain why. So with fighters, if you don't manage to destroy it in your first go, they will attack you back. And if I take these two as targets, he will attack me directly without my possibility to react. So don't forget, you're taking the targets, but anything that is up here, if there are fighters, so even fighter bombers can attack you, they will perform attack on you. And when they're attacking, they always attack wing leader first, then wingman second. All right, so in this case, I'm actually thinking, you know what, I'm gonna shuffle him back into the deck. And these are two planes, both fighter bombers, and I think I'm gonna take this BF 110 for wing leader, and wingman's gonna take the Stuka. All right, so first let's see status of the target. It is obscured. Okay, let's see, do I have any clear? I don't. So I guess that would be that, meaning that I don't get additional cards. I'm gonna draw only 3. Okay, and I need 4 or more damage. So let's see. Nothing. 3 damage. 2 damage. That's 5. And well, you know what? Let's exchange this card with this one here. So that's gonna be 6 damage. And now he's gonna try to cancel some of that damage with 1 card. And he's gonna cancel 2 out of 6. That's still 4, meaning I successfully destroy this BF 110. Now let's see how my wingman's gonna do. He has too far target. I'm gonna change that with obscure target, meaning that he's gonna go draw 2 cards, but Stuka will be able to cancel 1. So let's see, nothing. Okay, and Stuka will cancel this, doesn't really matter. So my wingman missed its target, which means now, because this is a fighter, it can shoot back. So same thing, now he's gonna try to acquire my wingman, and he has too far. So my wingman was too far, meaning that he will not get additional cards. He will draw 2, and my wingman will cancel. He's gonna draw 2 cards to cancel that damage. So Stuka's gonna deal 5 and 10 damage on my wingman, and my wingman's gonna cancel 4, 7 out of 10. So 3 is gonna pass through. Not enough to destroy it, but enough to damage my wingman. And then Stuka will fly away. We didn't manage to damage. Remember, we only have 1 attack. If I have a joker, I could attack again. So what happens next? Now we apply any bombs to the targets. They move through. And if this was a damaged Stuka, like if it was dealt any damage, it would be flipped like this. And then you apply only half of the bombs rounded down. So in this case, it's still going to be 1. Even if so, Stuka always managed to get 1 of these damage. So damage was to radar stations in the FCG 12. So we're gonna go and we're gonna have to destroy one radar station here. Let's destroy this one. It is gone. Bam. Radar station destroyed. All right. And that was our first mission. We have 2 waves and we go back to base. Now, any planes that are damaged will be immediately fixed in the base, so don't worry about that. We discard this. We take points, and the points are here. I need to check it out. Give me a second. I wrote that down somewhere. I think for the bombers, just a second. Okay. Bombers are worth 2, and if it's fighter bombers, they are worth 1. So these are both worth 1, so that's just 2 points for me, which I will just write here for now. I have 2 points. And then for your next mission, oh, by the way, any cards that you didn't use, if they have a suit, they also a point, but this one doesn't have a suit, so no point there. Then you're gonna take all the cards used, you're gonna shuffle them, and you're gonna go for the next mission. It's simple as that. It's pretty fast, and you'll see, because I'm gonna play all 20 missions. I'm probably gonna play 2 missions per video, so I think it's gonna be enough for you to know how to play this game. Anyway, thanks for watching and see you next time. Goodbye.